Okay, the eternal child. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want a sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life, meaning the inner child, the child of joy. Joyful, playful, accepts all magic. Okay. This archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. For me, the eternal child is a reminder that we all have our inner child that comes with us on our journey, don't we? And sometimes that inner child is so damaged that it affects our adult life in a negative way, right? And for us to be able to change that, we have to heal our inner child. Talking over the banging going on downstairs next door. Okay, hello dear lovely YouTubers. Thanks ever so much for being here, dear lovely people. I do appreciate it. Now, I promised a new background, didn't I, for each month. I said it's August. Actually, when I say that, I'm going to be recycling old backgrounds, I'm sure. Now, thank you ever so much for watching. A day has gone by since I shuffled these piles and left them because I haven't got time to do the readings. So I thought, because I wanted to do the eternal child justice, I would come back later when I've got more time. So here we are. This is me with more time. Because I've got more time, I'm also going to choose an angel card for each of the elephant piles. Now, I've got two little cards, and I've seemed to have settled on the elephants at the moment, using the elephants as protectors of the little piles for you. So you can choose the orangey rust colour one, which is called the red Jasper, the green jade coloured one, which is jade elephant, the lilac amethyst elephant, and then there's the white clear elephant. Now, you can give whatever meanings you want to these elephants, okay? You can think of this as the angry elephant if you want, and you can think of this as the calm elephant if you want, and this one you can see as the one who's psychic, often goes with the purple, and the white one's the leader. They're all facing the leader, they're all looking to the leader for answers. Okay, Or you can see these as the fiery heart, like the passionate elephant, the calm, loving, healing elephant, the intuitive and in tune with the world around them elephant, and the elephant of knowledge, the font of all knowledge, is the white one. Now with the eternal child, we've all got an inner child, haven't we? And our inner child often dictates what happens to us in our adult life experience, and sometimes we carry with us an injured inner child, don't we? And we're not even aware some of the time that it is our injured child that's talking. Now I do like a bit of transactional analysis. There are people out there who've got no idea what I'm talking about. Transactional analysis is the idea that inside each of us we've got a self that we draw upon and use in different situations with other people. So for instance, I'm just going to borrow this white elephant for a minute. And apparently there's 6 different types of person we've got inside us. We've got our child, our adult, and our parent. Okay, there's the 3 levels. In fact, we'll make that the parent. The parent, the adult, and the child. Okay, now also with those 3 ways of interacting with other people, we've also got the parent that's critical and the nurturing parent. We've also got the critical adult and the nurturing adult, and then we've got the damaged child, then the child that's not nurtured, like the injured child. Now if you've got an injured child and they're as an adult, right, so here's an adult with an injured child, and they come up against a person who's using their critical parent, the critical adult, critical parent, this person is going to be in a weaker position, even though they're an adult, than these two. And these two, using their critical parent against this injured child, they're going to win every time. Yeah, I know, transactional analysis, it's a state and a way of being that we all use, and apparently, and it's only a theory, we've got no proof about any of these things, right, because there isn't enough research gone into them. But it makes perfect sense. When you try and analyse interactions between human beings, it makes perfect sense. You look at this person, you think, why on earth aren't you standing up for yourself? Because these people have tapped into that person's injured inner child, and that person doesn't then feel like they're able to answer back. What do you think of my little backdrop here? Let me know, because it's got lines on it, you see? So I figured, yes, I'll use the lines. Understanding. Now that is half of it, isn't it? If we can understand ourselves and we can understand others, it can help in the healing process. It can help us to move through our life experience that we're currently having. Understanding brings healing and surrender and release. Look at that. Surrender and release. Now, because I put this in the centre, I'm going to choose a new pattern. New pattern. Surrender and release. Okay, so there are some things that you're hanging on to that it's time to let go of. Dear little fiery elephant, the eternal child, the forest essence, another surrounded by green and healing, which is the opposite of this red elephant. So it is like counterbalancing. You need something to counterbalance, counteract what's happened for you. And we've also got another card that's got a lot of green, judgment. Okay, judgment. Now often that card comes up for feeling judged, judging yourself, being your own worst critic, and other people judging you and you going along with it. It's that inner child business, yeah. They say you're terrible and you agree with them. But fortunately for you, you've got the B card. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness, and you are the Queen of Abundance. That is beautiful. What a beautiful card. So you carry on doing your thing and what you do, and leave everyone else who wants to judge you to their own devices. Oh, look at this. The Empress. You give birth to the world. When you're feeling on point, when you're feeling like as if you can't be manhandled and you can't have this experience anymore, this anxiety, and the mental pain of thoughts that are against yourself. You don't have to do it anymore, and you no longer have to accept it from other people either. And this beat also reminds me that you're not on your own, and there's whole communities of people out there that will have been through what you've gone through, what you are going through, and they will happily support you through it, but you do have to go and find them. And they're often hiding in libraries and places where people do nice calm things. Oh, look at this. This is a person who's got lots of suitors. This is a woman surrounded by men, all happily laying down their arms for her. Literally, they're all holding something in their hands. One of them is offering his heart. One of them is offering flowers, romance and money. And the other one is offering hardly any money, but supportive love and physical promise of being there and security of never leaving her and never betraying her. Isn't that wonderful? What a beautiful promise. And this one, the Seven of Chalices, that's like the Seven of Cups. This little person, who has actually got a heart of gold, is having her hair spun by the fairies, and she's living amongst the change that she doesn't know what it is yet. She's sort of looking out there with hope that there's change on the horizon, and that's signified by this butterfly here, which happens to be the same colour as her hair, which is also red, like the elephant. And she's hoping, it's wishful thinking, oh wow, look at this, patience, isn't that beautiful? So it comes to fruition. Good things come to those who wait, right? And eventually it will come round to your way of fruition, right? Because anything that's meant for you won't pass you by. Okay, you can't miss things that are meant for you. Sometimes you just have to wait and be patient and let go of all the mental angst and know that the universe has got your back. The universe that you sprung out of, your whole creation of the world that you've just popped into, has got your back. The universe wants what is best for you. Look at all these creatures in nature. There's so much nature and so many creatures here. There's all this greenery from nature, and this card reminds us not to hang on to things that are broken. If it's broken, let it go. She's carrying a whole pot of water, and the water is just pouring out through that vessel. The vessel is broken, but she's clinging to it anyway, because she doesn't know that there's another vessel at her feet. There are other vessels that aren't broken. You can let go of things that aren't working. Let go of the broken things and allow the universe to deliver you something good. Okay? Spend time in nature if that's what it takes. You can heal. You can heal this little fiery heart in your eternal child. I would suggest that you've reached a point where you've lost your ability like a child to see the fairies and to believe in the joy of life because of the things that have happened to you and the experiences that you've had. So you're sort of lost in a little dream world, like they've all got their eyes closed, and you're sort of looking up to the future. This one's clinging on for hope for the past, but as you move through the experience and recognise, hold on, there is more to life than what's happened to me. I can perhaps go out and find something new for myself. And then you just start making small steps and going out and finding things that you enjoy doing. And you will find people that enjoy you. And you will find people that you enjoy being with and spending time with and having a laugh with and enjoying life again. There's more for you, dear little red elephant person. This is lovely, and this is birth of a new project. Something's going to come to fruition soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, dear little green elephant. Dear little person. Oh, he's being asked to have faith and willingness. Those are good bedfellows. They're good teammates, aren't they? Faith and willingness. Should we make this a circular reading? Should we do something different for you? Dear inner child that's loving and kind and healing and emotional and bothered about nature and the world and climate change and all those sorts of things. This is who you are. I'm going to open the cards for you. See what comes out. Divine guidance. Whoa, this is for your eternal child. This is for your inner child. Abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. See, these beautiful colours that blend together, I love that. But they're also those colours that come from psychic awareness, and they clash perfectly with this green elephant. It's like the opposite. This is what you've got missing. The same way with the red elephant, the opposite colours come up as a way to say, look, this is available to you. There's an alternative. Whereas you're here swimming through, walking through the jungle, swimming through rivers, going through trees, and yet above you are the stars and divine guidance and a spiritual awareness which you are not really paying attention to. It's all a mystery. I love the mystery card. Oh, look at it. So this little green elephant going through life, the wonder of spirit and spiritual things is a complete mystery. It's not there for you. That's how you feel about it, but it's not true. It is there for you, and all you have to do is practice. Okay? There's you thinking that spirit's left you alone and you're on your own, little green elephant. You're not on your own, okay? The spirit haven't left you. Can't ever leave you. Look, this is a person crying because they think they've been abandoned, and this is the negative thinking that's just trying to finish you off. But there's a white thought of love and prayer and healing that's just going to chase those negative thoughts away and bring you some peace and calm. The Queen of Cups, also lady in a green dress. This is the green with a red dress and the red with a green dress. Right, these are two opposites. They could not be more different. Oh, Six of Pentacles. That's harmony with money. So you're going to have money to play with and juggle. Oh yes, and there's going to be a celebration, something to celebrate. Lovely dear little green elephant. You are going to have something to celebrate with all these lilac pink colours. What is it you're going to have? Oh, the world tree. What are you going to have to celebrate? You're going to have things to celebrate that only you really care about. Yeah, which is great. Just personal for you. Look, and there's the wedding card. It's like the wedding, the commitment of. Now, is this the commitment of an actual person, or is this the commitment of your continued willingness to be part of life that knows not a lot of people appreciate what you do, and you don't get a lot of recognition for what you do, but you just keep plodding along and doing all the hard work and doing what you have to do? Like, I know this card there says faith, but it's like you're the faithful servant of life, and you get overlooked a lot as well, and it's all just a mystery to you. You don't feel like you're part of what everyone else is part of. Everyone else seems to have a function and a purpose, and they know what they're doing and they've got their goals, and you don't, but you just carry on anyway because you've got the faith to carry on, and you're willing. Your heart is willing, and you want to. That's what I'm feeling, is you want to. You've got a really strong heart that you want to be part of, and that's what you've got to ask yourself. Yeah, it's great to be part of something, but you don't need that to feel whole. So I'm feeling a sense of, with the loss and the inner child question, it's like there's a little bit of damage here for this green elephant card, that the feeling that you have as you're growing up, that you're not good enough, or you don't fit in, or you're not full enough to play your part, that part of you can be improved, strengthened, healed, and you can go out there and play your part. You are good enough how you are. Even if you're not strong enough to believe that, you have got the strength inside of you if you just tap into it and ignore what the negative thoughts and negative things coming from the outside, and ignore the doubt. Okay, you don't need to be doubtful, dear lovely little green elephant pile, because you are having something to celebrate. Well, let me know, dear loved ones out there, dear lovely YouTube viewers, if you're in a state of mystery and loss and you're feeling like you can't find your path, just take a little breath and go within. Appreciate everything about yourself. Take some time to work on how you feel about your role in the world. Give yourself a pat on the back and know that there are right people out there for you who will encourage you and support you to be all that you can be. You don't have to be like everyone else. You don't want to fit in necessarily in some places. When you dig a little bit deeper under the surface of how other people are, you're really glad that you're you, because you've got an inner self that's loving and can heal, and because of your nature, other people are healed when they're around you. So thanks ever so much for being you, dear lovely green elephant, and I hope the mystery all becomes clearer for you soon. Your divine guidance is coming in the form of signs for you. Okay, watch out for the signs. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, we have this amethyst elephant. We have to remember about the eternal child, our inner child. Where does that intuition and our psychic awareness fit in for our inner child? Freedom. Oh yeah, the freedom that you had when you were a child. Can you remember the level of freedom that you had, and how much you wanted it, and how much you wanted to be the person that was in control? Did you need it desperately, or couldn't you wait to have power so that you're the person that makes the decisions about what happens to you? Did you feel fed up that other people were making your decisions? Dragon, supernatural. Look at how the lilac colour this is. Isn't that gorgeous? You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Okay, so there's been an element of learning for you how to be the master of your own choices. Have you had a difficult struggle learning how to do that? Grandfather Moon comes up often when there's a distance between parents and children. Interesting that should come up in this reading. Is there a distance between you physically, spiritually, emotionally, literally geographical distance? Is there a distance between you with your beliefs and your ethics and your morals and what you believe is to be the right thing to do? And so you're you not disagree, but you don't have the same vibration anymore that you had when you were small. That's what I'm feeling here. Whoa, look at this beautiful card, the Chariot, and look at the lovely colours on that card. Isn't that incredible? Now I'm just going to open up some other cards before I tell you that whatever is about to happen is going to be speeded up by that card, because that is the card that says this is going to be over soon. Now what needs to be over for you is the feeling that you're doing it all yourself and you're carrying all the burdens on your back. You actually are carrying all the burdens on your back, but when you look at the burdens you're carrying, you discover that you need all of them. The things that you're carrying that are weighing you down, you wouldn't be without any one of those things. If you took a look at your life and thought, yeah, I've got to do this and this and this and this and this, and then thought to yourself, hold on, what if that wasn't there and I didn't have to do that? Where would your life be? So there's a feeling of you're carrying all your burdens, but you're quite happy to, because you know that that's the cost of your freedom. Okay, price of freedom. Oh my God, you've got it twice. I'm so sorry about this, dear burdened down, weighed down person who feels like they can't carry one more responsibility or one more resource. That's how you have to see these things that you feel burdened by and weighed down by. If you see them as your resources, because when you look at them, they are your power. They are what gives you the freedom to make choices. And with those, with great freedom comes great responsibility, right? With great power comes a huge, vast freedom, but also responsibility. So you've got a lot of power, a lot of freedom, but the responsibility of that can sometimes feel too much. Okay, so what are these little freeing cards going to tell us? Oh yes, that's what I was thinking, possibilities. Because if you look at these and just threw them on the floor, let's just say that you could just take all the responsibilities in your life and put them into a wand, so they were each one of these wands meant one of your responsibilities which you're feeling weighed down by, and just threw them all on the floor. And then when you pick them up, instead of picking them all up in the same order they are now, you just rearrange them, because you've got so many resources to play with. You can just rearrange your life like a jigsaw puzzle if you want, which gives you an amazing amount of freedom. The Two of Pentacles, that's balancing the money, right? Doesn't mean that you're skint or you're suffering from lack of money. It means that you are a master of juggling this robbing Peter to pay Paul business in order to grow your little empire, right? You can do this. You've got the ability. And if you notice these greens and the browns, and this nature's way. And this is why you're at such at odds with the parents in this situation, your parents, because they're so different from you. It feels like you're never going to succeed. You're never going to be what they want you to be, because they want you to be something other than you are, and yet they're completely missing the goodness of who you are. Right? It's their problem, actually. So you've got to leave it with them and aim for freedom, because they may never be able to have the mental capacity to understand you and what you're doing. And when you're brave and you reach out for new opportunities and new things because you've got this psychic awareness, they are not able to recognise and understand always what you're doing or why you're doing it. But ask yourself, do you need them to? And this is another one of life's problems people have, trying to get people to understand them before they do anything. If you can overcome that need to have another person understand you, particularly when it's parents, then that will free you up to be able to do what you need to do, and to try and get them to trust you, that you know what you're doing. Another problem. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, the eternal child, the purest elephant, the truth. Perfect. Look at that, truth. Of course there's truth. The eternal child, our inner child, could also be the keeper of the truth, couldn't it? Because no one knows the truth more than the experience or the history or the memory of our inner child. And in order to tap into that, meditation would be the way forward. Meditation. Humpback whale. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Okay, your soul as opposed to someone else's. Upliftment. Oh my goodness, these are all the spiritual cards in the pack, aren't they? Could it be any more spiritual? The Lovers. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous card? And this card often comes up for a choice, you know, a choice of two paths. Sometimes can mean two people getting together, and on this truth we've got the union of two people. Now, I often speak about the truth when I'm doing my little YouTube readings, because you know that business about where it's your truth and it's my truth. Somewhere in the middle there's got to be an actual truth, hasn't there? And it can get so confusing, can't it, when you are just looking for one truth. But the Ace of Wands is telling me that there is a very strong truth for you, and you know what it is, and you've got no intention of letting it go. The Eight of Cups. Now, this is heartfelt, so you feel very, very strongly about this. The Lord of Shadows. You've got the Lord of Shadows watching something walk away from you and letting it go. The Three of Swords is often... No, it's not the three. I'm not sure what this is. Look at that. What do we think that is? It's the swords, and it's a young man. It doesn't look too harmonious, this suppression. This has gone from being a really happy, light, bright, spiritual reading to showing the darker side of life here. There's a very dark element of control and manipulation and possession that you're capable of recognising in other people. I don't think this is you. I think this is someone around you is sinking down into the depths of really unwanted behaviours, and you're the person that they look to bring them out of it, for the upliftment, to bring them back to their spiritual self. So who you're being in this role is the keeper of the truth. You know, like a child keeps the truth of... Well, a child keeps everyone's truth, don't they? Because if you put a child in a room with a few adults and allowed that child freedom of speech, said, yeah, go on, say what you want, the child not having any set of deceitful, any agendas, any motivations, any ways of manipulating the adults, is happy to use their voice for just innocent truths to come out of the mouths of babes, they say, don't they? Unfortunately, your person that you've got around you is so far down in the dark that your words are just going to fall on deaf ears. So there's pretty much little point in saying those words. It's pointless. All you can do is just wait for them to come back out, and as soon as they show signs, can't say the words. As soon as they show signs of you being able to throw them a lifeline, you're there, just waiting to help pull them back up. That's all you can do, really, isn't it? You can't shed light on darkness if people want to keep the curtains closed. You can't. You can't help some people, is what I'm trying to say, no matter how much you'd like to. All you can do is wait for them to come back. Bye for now.